Hi folks, welcome to another episode of Building with Fuzen. Today we are going to build an AI-based SaaS app. So we are going to use OpenAI APIs to automate blog writing. SEO and blogging is probably the biggest organic channel for online lead generation. And if you're running an online e-commerce website or a SaaS business, today you can't simply ignore the blogging and SEO part. And in today's era, we have seen that Gen AI models are incredibly effective at writing high quality content. So today we are going to build an AI-based content writer. We'll build a simple app that takes a bunch of keywords and generates blog posts using OpenAI APIs. And we'll be building a highly simplified version of this app because my purpose today is to show you how you can build your own AI-based blogger using Fuzen's no-code platform. So without any coding, how you can build your own AI app without any coding. And once you're able to build a basic app like what I'm going to show you now, you can then try to upgrade that app by improving your prompts or using some special AI models or assistants instead of the basic OpenAI APIs. This way, you'll have greater control over your content generation process rather than having to depend on some other paid tools. So I think that's enough of an introduction. Let's get our hands dirty and let's start building. Now I'm going to create an app titled SEO Automation Dashboard. I will go with the basic theme and create the app. Next, let's set up the database. I will use this Google Sheet for setting up the data structure. This is going to be a simple app to create posts with AI. So I'm going to create a single collection for posts. And I will add columns for title, keywords, insights, description, author ID, status, etc. And here we'll also need to add another field as a flag to identify if this post should be created with AI. So if the value in this column is yes, then this post will be generated with AI. This data structure looks good, so I'm going to update this to the database. And next, let's head over to the pages section. Here we have a page for dashboard, and I will use this dashboard page to manage a list of posts and to create new ones. And I will also add another page for post details where we can see and edit all the post details. Those are the only two pages that we'll need for this simple app. So next, let's go to the dashboard and open it with our page builder. We can now start adding some UI with our no-code page builder. I will start by adding a card and a header. Next to the header, I will also add a button with a plus sign. I want to use this button to open a pop-up form for creating new posts. So after adding the button, I'm going to add a pop-up and I will select the button for opening this pop-up. So basically this pop-up will open up whenever we click this blue button. And next I will add a form to the pop-up for creating new posts. I will select a form element and I will link it to the data collection for posts, and then I will select which fields should be visible in the form. I can also change their sequence as I want. And then I can customize each and every field in the form to fix their width, data type, etc. Now in this form, I'm going to add a checkbox to select if this post should be created with AI. I will also add a field for selecting the author, and I will turn this text field to a drop-down, and the drop-down will have options to select from the users of this app. I will fast track through some of the other fields as it is somewhat repetitive. Now here what I'm going to say is that when the form is submitted, this page should be refreshed so that we'll see newly added posts. And for seeing all these posts, let's add a table in this card. So this process is simple. Select the card element, then select the data collection, and then select which fields should be displayed in the table. I'm also going to link the rows in this table to post details page that we had created earlier. So when anyone clicks on any of the posts in this table, they will go to the post details page to see the details of that post that they've selected. So with that done, let's save the page UI and check the live page. I can see all the elements are properly added. I'm going to test it by creating a new post. So let's open the pop-up, specify the title and the keywords, and I will say that it should be generated with AI. Here I will also add some insights, and later on I'll be asking AI to consider these insights when creating the post. And with that, I will save these details to create a new post. We can see a new post is added, and if we click on it, it takes us to the post details page, which is blank right now because we haven't added any UI to it. But before we start adding UI to this page, I want to create the AI-based workflow for writing the blog posts. And for that, I'm going to create a server-side workflow. Let's go to the Edit Solution page and to the Workflows section. This is where we can create workflows that run on the server side. So let me create one. This will be a scheduled workflow which runs every hour. So once created, we can open it in the workflow builder and start building a workflow for writing our blog posts. This workflow builder has many different building blocks that we can select from, and we can connect these blocks together to create our workflows. So I'm going to start by adding a data filter block to import data for posts. I'm going to select posts where the create with AI flag is set to yes, and the status has not been updated yet. So basically the post has not been created yet. So we see some data. We will save this data as post underscore ARR. And then we will run a loop over this data. Within the loop, I will add a block for text personalization. So basically, I have some text for prompt with some placeholders for title, keywords, insights, etc. And I'm going to use the data from post underscore ARR to replace these placeholders and create a prompt that we can use in the OpenAI API call. I'm going to save the resulting text as prompt underscore text variable. And next, we'll add the OpenAI API connector to our workflow. Note that we can select parameters like AI model, temperature, etc. And we can also add our API key over here. So I'm going to copy my own API key and paste it here. And then we can select the system message and the user message for making the API call. In this case, the system message is going to be some simple static text that I'm just going to copy and paste over here. The user message will come from the prompt text variable that we had created earlier. So here I will toggle this button to enable selection of variables, and then I will select the prompt underscore text variable as our user message for making the API call. And the result from this block will be saved as HTML underscore content. Next, I want to update this HTML content to the post that we have created in our database. So I will select the update data block for that. I will select the loop element as the one that needs to be updated. So in this case, it's the individual post that we are currently working on in this loop. So that is the object, or that is the data that's going to be updated. And in this post, we're going to update the content and the status. So the content will be updated by the HTML underscore content variable, which was the output from our OpenAI API call, and the status will be updated as draft. And the next step is to close this loop. Okay, so the workflow is done now. Now let's test it. It seems like it ran successfully, so it should have created the content and updated the status. So we can check that by going to our database and updating the app data to this sheet. Once updated, we can see that our workflow has done a good job of creating an HTML content for the blog post. We can also see that the status is updated to draft. Now let's see if we can get this data to display on the UI pages. Going back to the dashboard, let's click on the first post to go to the post details page. Now it's a blank page to begin with, so let's open it with our page builder and start by adding some UI to it. I will start by adding a card. Then I will display the post title in the card header using the data display element. Next, I will add a form in the card where I will enable the selected post to be edited. This is mostly going to be a repeat of what we did earlier when adding the form on the dashboard, so I'm going to fast track through this. I will just enable the edit mode here so that you can use this form to edit the details of the selected post. Let's add the form and save the HTML to the live page. Time to check the live page. Okay, it looks good. You can see the HTML content that was generated by our OpenAI workflow, and we can also edit this content as required. So now you can see how easy and quick it was to build an AI connected SaaS just in a few minutes and without writing any code. So in this video, we've created a simple app, but you can always go the extra mile and add some more functionality to it. Like for example, you can add a WordPress connector to update the same block text on your WordPress website, or you can create a multi-step AI agent which will create longer and better quality posts. So I've shown you all the tools that you will need in this video, and now you can use your imagination and put all of these tools to good use. So let me know in the comments what you would like to build using our workflow builder, and also let us know what kind of tools you would like us to cover next in our videos. So if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you leave. Thanks for joining us today and have a great day.